St. Rose of Lima and beyond. Our next question for another segment of Ask Father Silva is probably one of the more annoying cliches that we hear in the Catholic Church, right? The question of offer it up, right? We've all heard it before, offer it up. You have some suffering, some trial, right? Some sort of inconvenience, something that would make every person impatient, and you hear someone say, offer it up. So the question is, what does offer it up actually mean? Well, I think pointing to the reality of what we do and what we celebrate when we come to the holy sacrifice of Mass is probably the best answer for that. At one point, at the very beginning of the liturgy of the Eucharist, we hear the priest say, "Pray, brethren, that my sacrifice and yours," right? My sacrifice and yours. Right, we all know by virtue of our baptism that we are baptized into the priesthood of Jesus Christ. Right? Not the ministerial priesthood, which is for someone like myself or Monsignor Weiss, right? Those who are ordained as priests of Jesus Christ, but all of us baptized into his priesthood. Why? Because the primary role, the primary goal, the primary mission of the priest is to offer up sacrifice above all else. And at the Mass, that's the most perfect sacrifice that we have. And so it's part of the reason why personally as a priest at, say, daily Mass or a Mass where we don't have music, I like to say those prayers privately. There's an option to say them out loud, but when I hold up the paten with the bread on, when I hold up the chalice with the wine inside that cup, the reality is, right, at those points in the Mass, you're supposed to be throwing in all of the things that we are called to offer up. That's why I keep it silent, because I don't know about you, but for myself, I have a great many things to offer up, a great many people to pray for, including myself, right, and my own sinfulness, my own vices and things. And so this person who asked this question also had 3 follow-up questions, and I think they're great and very practical. So how do I offer something up? Right, what kind of prayers can I say? Really, any prayer. I think the main point is acknowledging the fact that it is something to offer up, not just something simply to endure. So rather than having set prayers, it's the recognition, all right, this is one of those moments. And that could be really difficult, especially in that moment. So you're driving and you're frustrated. Do you realize that that's a moment that you have a worthy sacrifice to offer up? Right? When your children are acting up and frustrating you beyond belief and not going to bed when they need to, right? Do you recognize that that's a moment, right, to offer up? And so it's about recognizing those moments. And the second part is, do I need to pick an intention that I am offering it up for? And the answer is no. And I think the great example of that, we celebrated on October 1st, St. Teresa of Avila, who you could probably see behind me in her statue form. But she wrote once, "In the world, on awaking in the morning, I used to think over what would probably occur, either pleasing or vexatious during the day. And if I foresaw only trying events, I arose dispirited. Now it is quite the other way. I think of the difficulties and the sufferings that await me, and I rise the more joyous and full of courage the more I foresee opportunities of proving my love for Jesus and earning the living of my children, seeing that I am the mother of souls. Then I kiss my crucifix and lay it tenderly on the pillow while I dress, and I say to him, my Jesus, thou hast worked enough and wept enough during the 33 years of thy life on this poor earth. Take now thy rest. My turn it is to suffer and fight." And so at the very essence of offering up our prayers, our sacrifices, our intentions, is love for Jesus. And so if you have a struggle to offer it up for, great, right? Call to mind that intention. If you don't, or in that moment, you just want to offer up something beautiful for our Lord, right, to ease his sufferings and to, as St. Paul says, fill where the sufferings of Christ are lacking, right? These are all opportunities to offer it up. And so it may be an annoying cliche, but it points at the reality, and it sort of pokes our pride at the fact that God allows these things to offer up. So whatever it is you're suffering today, whatever it is you may suffer in the future, remember, it's an opportunity, and don't waste that grace. Have a good day.